Hello and welcome back to Planet Zoo, to our Northern Wild Zoo, where we're still sort of struggling with getting multiple habitats because I spent too much time building habitats. This is also going to be the first episode not featuring my keyboard clicking because my keyboard's dead, so it can't click. Instead, we're going to have to deal with trash. So today we're going to just get some more general stuff done, and then we'll hopefully move on to our next habitat. So first of all, we need more trash bins. Kitty, click here and there, and because, you know, if people don't have bins to throw the trash into, it's just gonna be everywhere, and we don't want that. Of course, in the meantime, the animals are just gonna keep mating, so we'll have a lot of offspring, I hope. You know, to make money, no, but we definitely need some high stat animals at some point. So it's going to be very, very useful if these animals actually decide to breed. There we go. There we go. Breed, mate, whatever. Language is complicated. But yeah, we finished our reindeer habitat last time. Oh, they're so cute. This is so pretty. I like this. What the? What did you? I think it's possessed. Oh my god. Are you okay? Okay. Okay. I think it's fine now. I hope. Somehow the audio is always a little like confused as to whether it should pick up Planet Zoo audio or not. Whatever. And I don't get this. What up? Are you guys stuck? It looks like the people are stuck here, but I don't know why. So let's just quickly do the path here. Which is gonna cause the people to despawn. Which should allow me to replace the path. Without too many issues, hopefully. And then I hope that there's no more issues with... What is this? This is not the path I have selected. Right, I think it's just the fact that there's so many paths going into each other here that might be a bit of an issue. There we go. I hope that works. If not, then not. So yeah, over here we're gonna have bisons, and we're gonna need a second work zone for those. So I'm gonna do a house for the bisons out of this build here. So very, very similar to this building. And we're gonna put these together in part of the bison building. I'm gonna make another staff zone up here, and I'm probably gonna make a small minor staff zone over here. So let's do that first. I'm using... What am I using here? Grease block, okay. Just making sure I'm sort of going with the same items everywhere. As always. Is the light on? That was not the light. There we go. I haven't played for a bit, sadly. I've been quite busy. Oh yeah, I already forgot the keybinds. Professional Planet Zoo playing, right? So we're gonna do like a little staff area here. It's gonna be 4 wide. And it's gonna be pretty much similar to this building, which is... I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna do like a little... Why am I doing it this wide? That's not necessary. So we're gonna do this little bit here for the staff buildings, right? I'm gonna be closed off. And then next to that, we're gonna have the regular stable for our bisons. It's gonna be pretty big because bisons are pretty big. Also, either the street or the thing is not straight. I'm gonna assume that it's this thing and not the street, but I don't know. Well, we'll figure that out. This is all one item, so we can just simply move it. Of course. Yeah, you can't... Okay, did you just walk through the wall? Okay. Cool. No problem. No problem whatsoever. But yeah, the road should be straight. No. Technically speaking, because, you know, it should be mostly straight. So we're gonna go and grab this main element here, and we're just gonna turn it into advanced move. and line it up with the road. Let me just move it a tiny little bit so I can actually see whether it lines up or not. That didn't work. And then, no, that's fine. I think that should be fine. Yes, okay. So the next step obviously is to take these and move them over here. Into our little staff zone, I suppose. Right here, and this one is going to go right next to it. So always make sure you exit the grips when you do things like that, right? And then we're going to put staff buildings in this. Specifically, I want a staff room. Right? And a keeper hut. Just gonna make it a little cuddly in here, but that's fine. See? So that way you won't see it through the wall. Now, ideally, we would move this. Exit it, like make it lead to the group, and then actually... Oh well, this is fine. It's gonna look a little different, but it's okay. Because staff can just walk through here, so... And just go a door and be like, hey, there's a door here. And I think staff can walk through it. I'm not quite sure, but... I'm gonna assume that that's the case. It's also dark. Oh well, whatever. And then we're gonna have two smaller doors for these. Because I'm fairly certain the staff don't care about these wall thingies here, right? I mean, if they do, we're gonna find it out soon enough, but I think the staff can just walk through here. So let's just quickly go and actually mark these as staff buildings. Oh, no. There. And I have noticed something just grew up. Benjamin, you are going to the trade center. Yana, trade center. Yeah, we're gonna have to rework these pretty soon because some of them have already aged up. So that's also something we'll have to consider. What did I top this with? Just metal. Metal roofing. Pitched roofs. I believe this was asphalt. Yes. Yeah, that looks about right. So we're gonna do the same roofing that we did over there because once again, these are sort of supposed to, you know, belong together. I like to make buildings and habitats and such in a scheme where you think that they're, you know, that they actually belong together, that it's the same build, same idea, rather than having loads of really different things right next to each other. Oh, and now I have to move this wall, don't I? I don't want to. There, that's okay. It's gonna be. Now this might seem a little long, but we are going to do the same pre-build that we have here. Over there, right? So with the flat asphalt roof. Like this. And then we're just going to move that and lift it up. And I could actually just do it like this. Here. So once again we have the same idea of a house with a little bit of an like space for the bisons. Up front where they can sort of, you know, like sort of a shelter. It's not really a shelter, but it's going to give that general impression. I almost want to do it too wide, but I feel like that's just going to look weird, isn't it? Because the building isn't that big. Yeah, that looks weird. Let's do it one wide. You buy them for 5 and you get 375 back. That is not good. That is not good game. Now, if these lined up, which they don't, let me see if I can do that. Oh, we can't. I was thinking if I could move all of this at once, which I can. I could move it so that these are at the exact same height. You'll see what I'm doing in just a second. No, stay up there. Then I could go and since they are roughly 4 meters away from each other, right? Go, look at this wall, look at the asphalt roof. Remove it from the group and lift it up. and get what's essentially like a protective area in between to make it look like these two belong together almost. Now, this isn't going to work out perfectly, as you can see, but that's okay. Because it's not exactly straight, but once again, it doesn't matter because this is a stable. So now this gives off this idea of, you know, a completed staff center more than, no. Right. Damn it. Of course, if I move the whole thing without the buildings, it's not going to work, is it? I'm just going to move all of these. Don't worry. All we have to do is move them a little over here. That's no biggie. Group. And cuddle. Exit. Split from group. No, just okay, well then don't split yourself. I don't care as long as you have a street connected to it. As long as my staff can enter it, it's fine. Yeah, I might have to delete this little bit of road there. Because that obviously is going to be an issue. Oh wait. If it works out now. No. Just about, that's fine. See, that works. And then we can just go. And take the same roof again and close this. 2 meters. There we go. So this is how I usually do my really, really simple staff building builds. So, you know, it makes sense. It's all pretty cohesive. There's no weird little bits, and it doesn't look too, I don't know, too fancy. I always like going for a more realistic approach, and in many realistic cases, you wouldn't spend that much time or money on just having a decent stable or like a decent space for your staff buildings. Yes, you'd make sure that they were there, but you wouldn't actually worry about it looking really great. So yeah, that's sort of what I went with here. Now, next, I'm just going to make sure that this is assigned to a work zone. All of this. There we go. And then I'm actually gonna, since now all the staff buildings are over here, which is not ideal, we are gonna have a work zone over there as well. I just wanted to have this big staff center. So we have to take the chain link, because that's what we used over there. And we're gonna go ahead, and we're actually gonna go and... It's gonna be a little asymmetrical if I do it that way, but... I can't do that? Oh no, okay, well I'm gonna go for 1 3-meter piece then. Yep, 3. And yep. Okay, that's gonna be the closest I can get off. Okay. What do you do? I don't know what that does. I just wanted a 90-degree angle. But sometimes you can do that. But it's okay, I'll just have to do this by eye. Right, because we're gonna have this big habitat, and part of my plan was to have groups of the antelopes, the pronghorn antelopes, yes, in this habitat as well. So that this is sort of like the main habitat, which is going to be mixed, right? And then next to the main habitat, you have a smaller habitat, maybe for a second group or for some baby animals or something. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. But that was sort of the plan. And now I'm going to have a path going through here. Not sure if it's going to be a staff path exclusively or a general park for visitors. But I am going to make sure that I have space for that. And then I need to get a 90-degree angle. This is not going to be a 90-degree angle. Because the other habitat is not built at a 90-degree angle. I think it's okay, actually. It's not that bad. I mean, no one's gonna comment, you know, do angles. Like, check if my zoo has the correct angles or anything like that. At least I hope no one's gonna do that. Then we're gonna reconnect this whole thing. Now, technically speaking, we're going to have to do a little bit of a gimmicky thing here. Because this is a staff area, and that's technically speaking not allowed to be part of a habitat. So, we're gonna have to connect it like this, right? No, you're supposed to go. Come on, come on. There we go. So that's, okay, it's not straight at all. What happens when I try to build straight roads? I fail. All of a sudden, I think these two roads aren't straight to each other, as you can probably tell. So, like, even trying to do that is gonna get us a weird shape. Anyways, go onto grid. Right, because I want to do a 7-meter path here. And be a smaller path, so 7 meters. Grid, let's do one more and then deselect the grid and then... Why? What is this? I just don't like the path finding in this game, and it's not my fault. That's... Did you see that? Okay, there we go. That's as close to an acceptable path as I will get, I fear. Yeah, this is not straight. I don't care. It'll have to do, you know. Just gonna have to work out that way. So we're gonna do this again, and then I'm gonna go straight path. And this thing is just gonna follow this path, so it's still gonna look weird, but at least it's gonna have a reason to look weird. There we go. So this is our bison. I know that this long thing here looks weird too. I don't know. Gonna be the bison habitat, which is sort of going to work together with the pronghorn antelope habitat. I'm not sure how, but that's what it's gonna do. So we need an entry point for our zookeepers here. And I need to tell the game that this is a habitat. And before we do that, there is the last step that we have to do. Now this is gonna be a little... How can you be obstructed? You're literally an invisible barrier. You can't be obstructed. Is this new? Is it new that invisible barriers can now be obstructed? Tell me something. Either way, we're gonna do it like this, right? Damn it. Why? I can't really see if I'm going straight or not, which is important in this case. Well, this is okay. That's fine. And then like right around here, now I've got to be careful here. Because these tools are not going to work if they're in the habitat. For those of you who don't know, you can't place like these kind of items in a habitat. That's just not gonna work. Why am I here? So yeah, that's like sort of gonna be an issue. So the habitat barrier has to go straight around here for the habitat to actually recognize itself as a habitat. Okay, we got that. So it's a 6,000 square meter habitat, which is gonna work pretty well. I'm gonna do a little bit of a river going through it, like so. Since we have such a long bit of the habitat, I think that's gonna work best. Yeah, that works quite well. And then we're, of course, going to open up a part of this so that the animals can actually go in and out, right? So just for my own sake, I'm going to open most of this up right now. You know, to make it a little bit easier to design this whole thing. So we're going to have, obviously, some bits that are like open, like the other area, right? Which I think I'll do around here. No, the only question is, how did I handle this? Did I just leave this entirely? Yeah, okay, I just left a door. So we're gonna have this bigger open space here, since these is like, you know, these are different animals. They'll be wider, they'll need more space. And then I'm going to have one big... No, not snapped. No. Can you not? Hello. Yeah. There we go. So that it looks a little odd. I always do this. Doesn't really matter, but it's gonna help. There we go. So we have our fence area here, we have the animal habitat here. We're gonna do flooring next, which was, I believe, also breeze block walls, right? Yep. So just take this thing, place your breeze block wall, that will align it, split it from the group, and then just lower it until you can just about see the blocks. And then you can use that as flooring. Which I think just adds some nice vibes to the whole thing. You know, it's not be quiet, but wouldn't have a stable with like grass ground on it. That would just be terrible to take care of. But did I have the exterior area? Yeah, okay. That's all grass. Then we're just gonna quickly go over this with some terrain paint. So it seems like it's typically short grass, right? Not gonna be using a lot of long grass in this habitat anyway, I believe, since it's bisons, but yeah. The time I spend here, we just get 1,000 mature antelopes. And then we're going to quickly go and steal these here, since I forgot which ones I used. Why did I use such tall ones? Well, whatever. Stow them into the ground, and you know, I just usually place them at like whatever intervals I want to that seem comfortable. With bisons, I would recommend taking just slightly bigger intervals than you did for the other animals, since bisons themselves will be a bit wider. You know, they're not like tiny antelopes, they're bisons, so want to make sure they can actually walk everywhere. Which, by the way, if you ever build a habitat for crocodiles or anything like that, it's going to be your main goal to just make sure that the animals can navigate it, because they will most likely not be able to, because they're crocodiles. So, suppose as the last step today, we're going to go and look for our bisons. Okay, bison. Come on. So I'm actually going to move some of these guys over here. Some of the villages aren't gonna... villages. Some of the visitors aren't going to approve, but that's okay. Come on. Come on. Where are the males? Why is there no male? Planet Zoo, I need a male. You can have relatively big bison herds if you have a male. Definitely gonna have to get rid of that one, and you're going to store it as well. This habitat is slowly going to they're slowly all going to be too old. So I was thinking about putting both of those in here and putting something else in there, but I think the foliage is so specific that I can't just put something else in there. Like it's North American, technically speaking. So I don't have any other animals from that biome, do I? Giant otters, maybe? No, of course not. They have different otters than I know, so my brain thinks, oh, it's those otters, but it's not. Grizzly bears, maybe grizzly bears might work, but this doesn't look like a habitat for a grizzly bear, does it? I'm just clicking on animals for jokes right now. But yeah, like I've got pronghorn antelopes in right now, and I'm just using temperate plants. So like temperate Americas would work. Well, no, I don't think I have anything that I can put in there except for maybe a grizzly, and I don't like that. So we're gonna have this as one of the habitats, and then this is the second one of the habitats. Who cares? They're both gonna be mixed. It's okay. Where are my males? I need a male for this habitat. Please don't tell me it's one of those species where you never get a male. Please. Oh well, in case it is, we're gonna be waiting a bit. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Yep. So we've got this little... Oh, this is so not square. Oh my god, this hurts my eyes. Ah! Can you see how this line and this line are 90 degrees and this isn't at 90 degrees and these paths aren't at 90 degrees to each other, and there's a reason why I normally build round things. I'm gonna build round from now on. Don't worry, like this isn't gonna... There's gonna be round objects next to it. But I think we're slowly getting somewhere, hopefully. So yeah. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I'll see you again next time. if you have any idea what I could do with this small habitat here once I'm moving the pronghorn antelopes to the back, please tell me because I don't. So yeah, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!